What's up, everybody? Big Hurt, getting down fresh out. You can tune in to another episode of Prison Talk. I'm here with Fat Rat from Payback Crib, sharing some knowledge with you guys. You ask us a lot of questions, and sometimes I don't have the answers, so I'm here with him getting some answers. Fat Rat, man, I know we spoke on like jobs and stuff in prison, and some of the things you did to occupy your time. What does it entail as far as people always ask about like the factories in prison, the Unicore, and some of the other things they have in there as far as the training they have in there. What are some of the things that you experience that you could speak on as far as in relation to that?
Well, they do have schooling in there, but you got to take it upon yourself to really get down with it and do it. Like I honed my welding craft in there. They got apprenticeship programs in there.
Okay.
You can get into the program and bullshit it just to get the paperwork, but they got like HVAC training, carpentry, masonry. They got training in there, but you got to be able to work in the field. Like, you got to have a mind frame of, I'm not working for the government. I'm working to relearn myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people in there want to be like, I'm not working for the government like in Unicore. Because I started out in Terminal Island making prison lockers. We made the lockers for every prison, like when you was in Hurlong. We made all them lockers for Hurlong.
Yeah.
And you can't look at it as working for the government. You got to look at it as working for yourself, bettering yourself. Because I learned how to weld. I came home and saved over $5,000 building my car by doing all my own welding. HVAC. I got homies that's in the HVAC field right now doing heating and air because they was on the construction company. The construction work detail in prison. You find something you like, bro, and you go for it, and you got to train your mind that that's what you want to learn to do, because you're going to get out eventually, and you got to have some kind of trade, some kind of something, or you're going to go do what you know. You want to sell some dope, rob some banks, whatever the case may be.
I know at a few of the spots I was at, well, in particular Hurlong, when I got there, it was kind of like they had people were more, because it was there was in the middle of nowhere. We spent a lot of time in a law library, and a lot of people taught classes. So there's a guy teaching stock trading, real estate, how to set up LLCs. Did you run across a lot of that too? Like guys who actually, where you can go and they had courses, like people were like helping educate each other?
Yeah, and that's another mind frame thing. You got to understand that a lot of these people that's in here is not in here for just selling dope. They in here for tax fraud or fucking with stocks and bonds that and they did it illegally and got a fair case. You know what I mean? So they can teach you something. So what you do is you go to their classes, you learn what you learn, and then you compare it to what's on the streets and hone it to what you know. Make sure that what he taught you is right, and they be 80% on. You know what I mean? You'll learn some things from them in prison, and you just do what you do. You got to go out there, and my main thing is you got to push yourself, because if you don't, prison is a fucking what's the word? It's just a home of leeches, people that just don't want to do nothing for themselves. Because if you go to a USP, everybody got 20 years or more. So they not doing shit because they think they not never getting out.
Yeah.
Me, myself, they gave me 20 years, but I knew I was coming home before 20 years. So I had to change my mind frame. So you got to go in there and make yourself do it, because then people don't give a shit if you do it or not. You could take a $2 a year, a $2 a month job and sweep the compound. They don't give a shit.
I tell people all the time, like, one of my things was when I got to the USP and I'm like talking to a dude, like, oh yeah, I've been down 15, 20, I got another 20. You short? I'm like, God damn, you've been down 20 and you got another 15? And you do 2-3 life sentences, and I'm like, I got to really figure out how I got here. So I did a lot of soul searching, and I really focused on like educating myself. And I tell people, like, the Fed is a little bit different than the state as far as the educational level of the people in there, to some degree, as far as what they were doing, because a lot of things revolve around financial, monetary. If you're robbing a bank, you're selling dope, you're making money. And most of those guys, they had businesses, they had other stuff going on. So, it's a little bit different as far as how things are interacting. Because I know I was There was Mexican guys from up north, white guys. I would learn from all of them, you know, because it's just the way things are. Rather than in the state, you're not gonna really socialize one bit with a white dude.
Not at all.
You know what I mean?
Not
But in
at
the
all.
feds, you might have a dude. You hear the book. You know, we got this class, and dudes ain't really tripping because that dude's he's helping Fat Rat as far as maybe with some real estate, ideas.
Exactly. And that's what happened with me. That's how I was able to learn about the real estate and the internet, because dudes come in there, like when I left the streets in '99, the internet, we wasn't on the internet like this. You know what I'm talking about? The computers are still big and phones was big as shit. But I had a white dude, actually he was Armenian. He came in and he gave me that book called Internet Riches. You know, like you said, in the state, Armenian ain't finna do it. White ain't finna do nothing for you.
No.
They gonna keep their shit to themselves, and
That's
they gonna
right.
be in their corner, and they gonna teach their people.
That's right.
In the feds, it was a lot different because you can socialize, and I got labeled. I wasn't one, but I got labeled as a shot caller in the prison because they seen I play handball with the Mexicans. I hang out with the whites playing tennis. Because, they had tennis courts in TI. But I'm trying to lose this weight. I'm doing whatever. And I'm a culturally diverse dude. I was raised like that. So when something happened, like in the USP Atwater, the homie Soup from Raymond, he was like the shot caller. And then they would come get me. And I'm like, why you keep coming to get me? Because, you got to rapport with everybody.
And they keep track of everything.
Everything. They watch. You think they're not watching?
Yeah.
They say you play handball with the Serranos. You play racquetball, because I like racquetball too. You play racquetball with the white folks. So you got some pull in this prison. And all the homies love me because I'm always me. Like like on the streets right now. I fuck with Bloods. I fuck with Crips. I fuck with everybody. Mexicans in this low rider field, homie. I love everybody. And they fucking labeled me a shot caller. That's why they was on my head so bad when I go to these other yards. Like, I can't tell these people what to do. And sure enough, quick thing, the white folks laid down in Unicor. They came and got my fat ass and sent me somewhere. They said you had something to do with this because it's a lay down and you working in Unicor. Yo, I said, man, these people ain't. Why are they coming to get me?
Yeah.
They not gonna listen to me. Shit, they said your ass a shot caller. You leaving too? Like, oh man. So yeah, they labeled me as a shot caller just on that premise. You know what I mean? It's like you got to deal with other people, or you're not gonna really learn nothing.
And that's a good point you just said too, because I tell people prison is the most racist environment you could ever deal with. And you talk about the inmates, but the staff is promoting that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know I used to go to the library. I had a white dude, Korean dude. There was a biracial dude, a couple of dudes from up north, and some other people. And they be like, what are you doing? They pull you. What are you doing talking with this dude? Or why you want to hang out with this dude? I'm like, he's Mexican. I'm like, dude, he's from up north. I'm from South. We don't. It's different. You know what I mean? Or why is that guy hanging out with you? We learning. We self rehabilitating each other. So we all sharing in what life experience we have. So they don't want you interacting.
They don't want that.
You know what I mean?
You got 5 TV rooms. White TV room, black TV room, Paisa TV room, Serrano TV room, and fucking homosexual TV room, whatever. You know what I mean? Because they got some pull in the prison too now. So yeah, they promote separatism, but that's just like out here, homie. I deal with Australians every day, bro, and an Australian look as black as you, and an Australian look as Mexican as you, or whatever you are. You all sound the same. And if I ask you where you from, they tell me I'm Australian. If I ask you that, I'm African American. If I ask you that, you Mexican American or Hawaiian American, whatever you are, you probably ain't never seen Mexico. I ain't never seen Africa. I'm American. You know what I'm talking about? But Australians, they will tell you, and they look so much different. You can tell, like, this is Samoan, this is a black dude, a white dude, but they all say, I'm Australian.
Yeah, I'm an Aussie.
I'm an Aussie. Exactly. Or I'm a Kiwi from
New Zealand. Yeah.
And that woke me up too. Like, America promotes separatism, homie.
Yeah.
They do all the time. That's all they do.
Yeah, I tell people, like, man, get out and travel, and you see how different it is in other cultures, because we so limited. It's like you said, you're over here in Gardena, but then you're only 15 miles from Beverly Hills. Most people ain't never been over there or to the
Right.
beach. I knew some
Yeah.
homies from Long Beach. They ain't never been to the beach. I'm like, dude, you never been to Redondo, Huntington Beach? Oh man, I'll be going out there. I'm like, dude.
When I first got in, and that's one thing that happened to me. I got kicked out of Gardena High School. That's the best thing that could have ever happened to me, because in Gardena, we from Gardena, homie. We Gar. We are not going past El Segundo. We go over there gang bang with whoever we gang bang with. We coming back over here. We don't venture out. Compton, they didn't venture out. LA stayed in LA. You know what I mean? So when I got kicked out of Gardena, I went to Westchester, and you know that's where all the girls was at.
Loyola Marymount.
Man, yes. So that right there showed me was a whole nother world out there.
Took you over that past El Segundo? Yeah.
Man, when I got past that, I started bringing all the homies with me. Man,
They like, who you bringing with you today?
man, we was the king of Crenshaw. We used to that Crenshaw. Man, that's why I fuck with everybody. That's why everybody know me.
Yeah, you guys got to definitely get out and venture, man. I tell people all the time, it's like, I moved from Sac, and then Mom got married. I went to Orange County. I'm like, God damn, what is this?
Right.
4 black kids, and these dudes ain't even black. They like surfers, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's like a culture shock, but you need that experience. You reflected on it, and it kind of taught you a lot about yourself, to see people differently,
Yep.
you know?
It make you be a lot. It's good to be culturally diverse.
Yeah.
I took a class in there, matter of fact, called Cultural Diversity. Yep.
Hey, there you have it, man. Big Hurt, Fat Rat from Payback Crip, man. Prison Talk.